Welcome to our podcast, a collection of interesting stories. Welcome to our podcast, preparing for and going through retirement. So welcome to our podcast on retirement. It's three retired guys doing this together.
Recently retired.
Recently retired.
I don't know how long I've been retired.
I retired on.
Oh, you've got.
See, I don't know. I don't know when I start the.
I'm 10 years, 11 years.
10 years. I retired.
Well, see, I stopped my main job in end of 2009 and did a couple of.
Yes, I didn't.
I had a couple of stints after that. So
I completely had to go binary. It was either yes or no for me. I had to, all the word offers that came out.
But I was only 52 at that stage, so I thought I really should do something more.
Yeah.
1,393 days ago.
So it's not quite recent retirement.
August the 22nd, at midday.
Not that we're counting.
Oh, you stopped in the middle of the day.
I finished at
You went
12.
home early.
I finished at midday today.
And, you know, a lot of people talk about retirement and the husband dies within 6 months and the wife lives on. But I think our generation is different because we've all had sort of external careers after that.
Yeah,
You're a genealogist.
correct. Yeah, I go and help people find unknown fathers, but that's an unpaid thing. I do a few unpaid things.
Yeah, I do all unpaid things.
I think a lot of people would still wither after they retire. People who work till they're 70, who like work, not that I didn't like work, but people who live for work.
Correct. If work is them, if that's their persona,
thing.
is their job, then I think they would struggle more.
Yeah, I think it's if you identify as the job.
Yeah.
And I don't think I think the three of us especially, there was a natural end to the technology boom that we were aligned with and the mining boom.
Yeah.
And we were just on the edge in the last job of losing our knowledge. And I didn't look back for a second.
Neither did I. All my offers coming, no. Like I said, be buying right beside 12 o'clock on the 24th of August 2018.
What's funny is I had someone approach me a month ago, $2 million for a year.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh.
What was that for?
Like, no, I didn't get to the end of finding out. It was an Australian listed company. Oh, $2 million for a year. I could just about wing it for a year and not know anything or do anything for a year.
I could not go back.
But then I thought I'd do what I did when you asked me to do that KPMG work. I could only be 4 days a week.
Yeah.
I just could not go back to the grind. Get up and...
That was preying on my mind. But fuck, $2 million.
So what did you do to prepare for retirement?
So I took up guitar. So the way I sort of approached it was, mind, body, and soul, for want of a better term. So something to keep your mind active.
That's very deep.
That you're passionate about. So, I bought the electric push bikes. I took up the guitar. I've always been fishing, so that was sort of there. I started the fasting, and I started going to the gym. And the other part was, I kept track of other people that were retiring to form a new social circle outside of work, because you probably don't realise while you're working that if you're in everyday contact with other people, that can be your village, that can be your social support. So you need to replace that when you leave. The thing I have missed is...
Hasn't mentioned his wife.
I'm leading into it. The thing I have missed is the lack of everyday...
Routine?
No, routine. I've got a new routine. That's important. Yeah. Respect for one different word. So we've all come from jobs where we're running multi-million dollar projects, and when we retired, because we both retired at the same time, I realised that, can you put the top on the butter, or can you make sure the peanut butter lid's done up tightly, or is the fridge door closed? So I've gone from running $100 million projects to
Leaving the fridge door
Can you
open.
make sure you close the fridge door? So that part took me a while to adjust to.
I tried to formularise it, and it didn't work. But I thought if you had three things that you did together, 3 things you did apart, and 3 things. I can't remember the formula is now. But the idea was that you do
You
something
give it other
with your
people.
partner,
Maybe
other people, because you've got to get out and get social.
Absolutely.
And I didn't blink after I tried. My ties were gone. My LinkedIn was gone.
I did zero thinking about the preparation. Didn't even think about it, really.
There was not a happier day in my life. When
I was very happy, but I didn't do
LinkedIn.
any structured thinking like you guys did. I just...
You're not going to contribute to this conversation.
The only thing I thought about was, roughly how long have I got to live and how much money have I got in my super? Okay, so what sort of lifestyle can I live? Oh, that's okay.
But there's an important point though. You
Yeah.
know, I'm guessing here the three of us have probably not got a lot of money worries.
Yeah, correct.
You know, so
That made it easier.
that sort of makes it easier. Yeah,
It does,
You
definitely.
tick that box.
Because I still think, have I got enough? And then you think, if I divide it by, I remember doing this for my dad, saying to him, I reckon at the rate you're going, you'll run out of money when you're 120.
Yeah.
And he'd say, what do you mean? I'm not going to live to 120. I said, that's right. You'll be okay. And I mean,
I don't want to live to 120.
correct.
Mine runs out 98 apparently.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, it's that same sort of.
Yeah.
And as soon as you do that, you think, oh, that's okay. So I can then afford to go to Europe, have a decent holiday, buy a new car, spend a lot of money on legal fees for kids.
I know sort of we don't sort of worry about it, but we did engage a financial advisor probably 2 years before we did it to make sure to get the formal nod from them. But you can now retire or you can't retire. What are your plans? You going to travel? What are you going to do?
I think I didn't do enough of that earlier. You know, finding the guy that I found who's been fabulous.
Who I used to.
Yeah.
We went and did a financial plan probably when we were about 45, and then again at 50, and then at 50 I retired and joined your guy. But we planned out. What I get frustrated with people at financial planning is they go to the financial planning and say, tell me how often I should travel. Yeah. And nothing to do with the fucking guy. Yeah. You've got to say, I want to travel once a year, I want to spend 50 grand on 6 weeks in...
Buy a new car every couple of years, or whatever it is,
And I've got kids I want to leave money to, and I want to... You've got to have all that stuff decided before you waste your time going to a financial planner, because they're charged by the hour. The other thing is, the financial planner, you've got to keep separate from your banking. I'm not a fan of the financial planner managing your money.
No.
So I got my reports separate to that. And Gary put me onto a very good guy at
Joby Weir.
Joby Weir.
I thought you were not going to say the name.
No, very good guy, Joby Weir, who I would follow. If he left, I'd follow him.
Young guy as well, which is
young
good
guy,
news.
Yeah, you want them all to outlive you.
Well, that's a young finance guy and a young doctor. I've got a young doctor who's great.
Yeah.
I've got an old doctor who's the opposite. So
he's not great.
He's casual. So if you go down and say, I'm not sleeping, do this or just do that, or you go, don't worry about that. He's pretty. It's like he hasn't kept up with the latest readings. Which is sort of good because I like the casualness, but it does concern me that he, as I say, he hasn't kept up with the readings.
Yeah, the guy I've got is a young guy, Chinese guy. And he's really good, really detailed, and really fact based. Yeah. It's like he'll say, well, bowel cancer, have you done the bowel cancer? Yeah. If you're at all worried, you'd do a colonoscopy, but you got to realise there's 5% chance they'll go wrong. Yeah. So there's no reason for you to do it. So I don't think you should do it.
Well, my doctor I said to him, I probably should get a colonoscopy. He said, "What for?" Yeah. I said, "Just because of my age."
I think it's changed. It's changed from doing it all.
He goes, "I wouldn't worry." Yeah. No symptoms.
But see, my guy was very fact based though. This is if you do it, your blood count, bowel cancer one came back here. If you do it, this is the risk. Yeah. Don't do it. Yeah. He was the same guy when I went to have my COVID shot. Said to me, "Are you an epidemiologist now? Or are you just going to do what the hell I tell you to do?" So,
Yeah.
So I would add financial planning onto it, and I would do it
Earlier.
10 years before you retire.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. But that tells you when you can retire
Yeah,
and how
it
much you
does.
can retire on. And we worked on the rough figures of 5%.
yeah,
So 600 grand was
30 grand a year. Yeah,
2.5 grand a
yeah,
month.
30 grand a year. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Um,
So yeah, super funds should average 5% a year.
yeah.
So if you've got 600 grand, you get 5%, which is $2.5 grand a month.
I think we assumed 4.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
4 or 5 is conservative
Yeah.
because some years it's 2. So last year it was -2, but the market went down 15 or something.
Yeah, just
-2 was fantastic.
stay the course.
Yeah. And you keep changing your money around. You know, I can't handle the stress of all the money anymore.
And in fact, this guy you're talking about, JB Weir, he's got a very good track record. There's 3 things he's invested in that were wrong, and they're all the things I told him to put in.
No, I've learned not to.
I think it's one a year. I said, this could be really good.
He rings
Okay.
me.
SpaceX.
No, like we're all in SpaceX one way or another.
He rang me. He rings me about twice a year and says, "What do you want to talk about?" And I said, "How the kids."
So I've moved now to. There's only 3 more things I need him for. One, for if we change house. Not that I really need him for that, but it'd be good to have him look over it. 2, for the last round of inheritance, what we should do with the dough there. And 3, when should I stop fucking around with the money? So at the moment, every year we move 2% here and 3% defensive and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, there's got to be a point, though, where you go, I'm done with it. Just put it in the buckets and leave the buckets alone.
Well, Ken and I had that conversation the other day. So I said, I think this guy's fabulous, but we pay him a bucket load of money. You think, I should just about be able to stop now, but every year he comes up with 3 or 4 things.
Yep.
And because of the way we were set up, I had a lot of super and Sandy had none. So it was shuffling super between accounts and it was doing this and you should do that. Every year he covers his costs.
Yeah.
So you think, oh, well.
And it's the little rules that trip people up. It's the little things like you have a self-managed super.
Yeah.
There's certain documentation you have to have so that my super goes to my wife with no detriment. And there's different rules to qualify to stop it going from you to your kids with no tax loss.
Right.
So there's taxable and non-taxable income in your superannuation.
Yeah.
You've got to shuffle the money around to get it all taxed.
To get that right. So
and I think I underestimated that because every time I caught up with you, writing notes and going back.
But it's like, because I'd get this phone call from him and he'd say, oh, have you thought about this? And I said, no, I haven't thought about it at all. I said, what should I do? What you should do is you do this and you move that here and it's got to be done before 30th of June, but then you can do some on the 30th of June and some on the 2nd of July and you think, you blindly follow and you do the numbers.
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
yeah, they're worth
He's
it.
covered his costs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, the other thing that I think that we did was make sure our wills were right.
Yeah, that's true.
Because there's a lot of stuff in that.
Yeah.
We're coming up to doing them again, so it's 10 years. I think with the terminology and changing the CGT, you've got to change it again.
Well, we've got ours set up so the kids get their money in testamentary trusts, which are exempt of these new rules. But it was interesting to start with. Part of the reason we did it is we did it for Sandy's mum because she was worried that 2 of her kids who were on second marriages and they didn't want.
Yeah, that's exactly the reason.
So it's exempt from the family court. But we've just, I don't know, probably 18 months, 2 years ago, our lawyer said to us, oh no, your testamentary trusts have only got one person as deciding where the money goes. You've got to have 2. So you've got to have 2 of the kids on each testamentary trusts.
Yeah, we've got them voluntarily in ours so the kids can decide to do it or not.
Yeah,
But
well, ours is voluntary as well.
Yeah, but I was worried because we've got girls that someone would move in with them and they'd say they've inherited X. And
Yeah, correct.
they'd wait the 12 months and then walk out with the money.
Yeah.
So we all worry about the same things, right?
Yeah.
I had exactly the same conversation.
And I've had conversations with all our kids about it, saying if you voluntarily decide to give them half the money, that's your call.
Yeah.
But if you don't want to give them half the money, this protects you so you don't have to give them half the money.
My girls were here they'd be saying, "You're talking about death again."
Well, yeah.
So I have all those files in a safe, and every time I see them, I say, "What's the number to the safe?" And they say, "Oh, I don't know." They're just shitting me. Because if you get in the safe, everything's there, all the legal documents.
I'm not quite that structured.
No, neither am I.
No, I've got a folder on the desktop that says
Yep.
important Matthew stuff. It's all our birth certificates and passports and all that sort of shit, and passwords.
Yeah.
And I write a letter every year to the girls, and I just put it on the top. If I wanted to give something to the godson, for instance, I put it in there. I don't put it in the will. The other thing was, following on from your point, was getting medicals, because although that didn't help me, I've got to be honest.
But it could have.
Could have, yeah.
It could have. Your particular illness hasn't helped, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't do it.
No, gone are the times of where we get medicals every year with our companies.
I've now got all our kids doing a full blood test every second year.
I've got the kids doing tests, and this week I've got them now doing financial planning with the same guy.
Ah.
So before they start, so they start to save for a house.
Yeah.
We've told them we'll give them the deposit for the house.
They've started now.
So this is the problem, right? This is all the financial advisor.
Yeah.
So we need the financial advisor or the external guru to say, if you want to buy a house, you need to cut the avocados on toast and exactly the same.
Our kids have got the opposite strategy: to kill mum and dad. One's already paid off his apartment. The other two are
reasonable strategy.
The girls laugh to one stage, then they get different coloured stickers and walk around the house putting stickers on things, which I don't mind an open and honest conversation about that sort of thing.
So I would say, just to bring it back to retirement, financial planning prior, a long time, as long as you can prior to retirement. The health thing, and I think the mental thing also is really, really important. And the separation, it took us a few months to find a new routine in our house. Like, we both retired at the same time. We'd get up in the morning, and Jill would, my wife would normally expect me to go to work. And I'd sort of get up and think, well, I've fucking worked for 40 years, I'm going to sit around the house for a while. And for a few months that was fine, no worries, And
you got bored.
Then I got bored. She got sick of seeing me sit on the couch, so we sort of defaulted back to, well, I'm doing this, and this today, and tomorrow we can do this together, and I'm doing this and this, and she's now caught on, so she's off walking with her friends today, and doing separate things. But the mental part's actually pretty important.
But it's interesting because I have quite a routine, but it's nothing dramatic. And I'll say to Sandy, he said, "What's your schedule for today?" Oh, I've no idea.
Yeah.
I haven't decided what I'll do today yet.
Yeah.
But are you? And that's why we've ended up going back to two cars. We went from two cars down to one car, and I'd say, "Well, I'm going to go somewhere. Do you need the car?" I don't know. I might want the car, and it's like.
So we said at the very beginning, "Are we ready for one car yet?" No, we're not ready for one car yet. We're still living some parts of our lives very separately.
But like the two cars were doing like 5,000 kilometres each, so we said, "Well, when we change cars, we'll go back to
no.
It's too hard.
That's too hard. Or a scooter or something.
We went back to one car. I can't drive that. But that's an interesting conversation in itself. I retired at 51. I turned blind within 12 months, 6 months. And then that sort of limited me substantially. Couldn't drive, couldn't play golf, couldn't ride motorbikes, couldn't do all that sort of stuff. And then I was given Parkinson's, and then I couldn't swing the golf club anyway, so I stopped doing that. Then I took up beekeeping and a few other things, and then I got anaphylactic to fucking bees.
You've had a rough run, yeah.
Fuck, hell. And we moved down the coast to get away from everything, and then we realised we had to be back close to the hospital. So ours was, you plan everything, you plan the best you can, and nothing went to plan.
Yep.
But that's probably a good lesson though, because I don't think there's no guarantees of any of this stuff. It's like saying, should you do medical tests? Well, you should do them. The fact it hasn't helped you doesn't mean you shouldn't do them.
No.
You should still do them, and for some of us it'll help, some of us it won't help. There's no guarantee in any of this stuff.
No, I was pretty excited about retirement though. I couldn't.
I love being retired.
My wife said, now that you're retired, you're taking over half the housework. And I said, write it down. And I rang the cleaner. And the cleaner who you just met is on the way in. Does that stuff every week.
Does she just do your half, or does she do the whole lot?
Doesn't do all that because Lisa caught on.
That was very clever of Lisa.
But we had to rebalance because, the argument was, well, she's retired as well. She shouldn't continue to do the same amount of work in the house. She should be slowing down as well.
She should, but with the two of you in the house, have you found there's so much less to do?
It's pretty easy. It's not that hard.
No. And same with, we find for dinner. What do you want for dinner?
Whatever.
Well, sometimes we have cheese and biscuits and a glass of red.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like,
So our routine includes food. So Monday's vegetarian, Tuesday's chicken, Wednesday's normally fish, Thursday.
so does that help you remember what day of the week it is, or is it the other way around? It's fish today, it must be Wednesday.
Buy fish. No. This makes the shopping easier. Oh, it's Wednesday, buy fish. Okay, no worries. And then Thursday's normally beef, and then we're into the weekend, so we're back to cheese and biscuits and a glass of red wine.
Yeah.
I couldn't handle that rigidity. We just decide what we want to do.
Yeah, correct. We
have a big lunch now though, and we have a small dinner.
we tend to do that.
Yeah.
Very
So
true.
the other thing is taking into account your partner. We've sort of mentioned it, but you really got to sit down with your partner and work out what she's going to do.
Yeah.
What she, when they're making no decisions here. I found my wife. I was so excited to be around. She wasn't as excited as I was. She goes, "What are you doing today?"
Yeah, so same thing, it's strange. They got sick of seeing you sit around, so...
Yeah. But all those movies we're caught up on because we're working so hard. But now we've caught up on them. There's no more movies.
You've got to keep your mind occupied.
So I think you've got to do the planning with your partner, and you've got to be flexible on a number of things because things just don't work the way you plan.
Correct. Things happen that are not planned.
Legal things.
Yeah, but it's even just your medical things. But there's all sorts of things. We had an accident in the car, so the car was written off. So you didn't say, "Well, we weren't planning to do anything about a car right now," but we actually have to do something right now.
And you were worried about a market correction as well.
I keep saying the house prices in Melbourne can't stay up. The stock market can't stay up. At some point, it's all going to go to shit for a while.
Yeah.
But I've been saying it for 10 years and it hasn't happened yet.
But I don't think when you're looking over a 20-year horizon, it matters anymore.
Oh, no, it doesn't matter long as you...
Don't have
Stay the
legal
course.
fees.
Well, no, I was going to say, long as you're cashed up enough, you don't have to sell to cover your costs.
Yeah.
And that's where our financial planning guys has always said, you should have enough cash to get through a year.
Yeah.
If you've got cash to get through a year, the market will pick back up. But I still can't believe the market is as high as it is.
No, one thing we did, we right near the end, we had 90% of our cash in 2 properties. And Lisa wanted to keep my wife wanted to keep 2 properties, but we didn't have the cash.
Yeah.
You can't sell one bathroom.
No. So she had to readjust because the maths just didn't add up. Therefore, my head was changed.
Yeah.
She said, "But that's my house." So she struggled with me being around, but also the fact that we don't have endless cash anymore.
We went the other way. When I retired, one of the first things I told the advisor was, I want to simplify my financial house. So every share went, every property went, everything went, and put it all into super and manage the super.
Well, that's an important point. Now that we've turned 60, I've put everything in super.
Yeah,
correct.
And I've stopped doing tax returns.
Yeah, perfect.
Which
Is it heaven, isn't it? Just heaven.
they said on the news the other day, it's tax time. And
So what I did was I read a whole bunch of stuff into Jill's name, so she still does a tax return, but I don't.
Yeah. See, I've still got a couple of chunks of shares
why don't you just put them in super?
because you've got to sell them when you pay the capital gains.
Sure. Oh. Because the amount would... Well, there's the amount...
It's not a massive amount, but I was just sitting there. So, but to do the tax return is about... It takes 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's pretty easy nowadays.
So I only do a tax return, so...
And we've still got one investment property in my name, just purely because it's, again, capital gains.
Yeah.
And you think, and we really only kept it because in case one of our kids needs a property, in a hurry with the dramas they're going through, you think, I saw the problem they had just renting a place at one point.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. So you go, well, if it all goes, that all goes to shit, but they can move in there.
Yeah.
But that's, I think, that goes on the market this spring.
So, as general advice for the podcast, what are the 5 things you would recommend?
The financial planning.
Financial
Early
planning,
financial planning.
Health checks,
health check,
Health checks.
wills,
Wills.
find
Talk to-
something to occupy your time.
talk to your partner,
Be
Talk to your
passionate.
partner.
Talk to your partner.
and listen.
Yeah, about that.
And the hobbies. That's the
Hobbies,
five things.
very important. Yeah.
So we started, my hobbies, I started with hobbies, they got switched out. Started with hobbies, they got switched out. I started with hobbies. So now I'm down to music and podcasting and writing a few little books,
Yeah.
booklets for things, and I don't expect to sell them, I just like writing them.
Yeah.
So I just finished one on leadership. So
You should promote it on this podcast. Thousands of people listen to this. They might buy the book. Is it available on Amazon?
no,
How do they buy it?
I can't buy it.
Well, that makes it hard to sell it.
It does, I should put it on the podcast. On the pod, yeah. Webpage.
Link. See the links.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's,
And I think the other thing is simplify stuff as much as you can.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
we had multiple trusts and multiple
Yeah.
things.
Banks,
and-
multiple banks and multiple bank
we
accounts.
collapsed all everything. Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting because I was addicted to the complexity, and once I got the simplicity, I was extremely happy about it. But going through this complexity, I felt like I was giving up.
So that's interesting because your working career, you really focused on simplifying things.
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah, simplify everything. Really complexity. You know, I don't have a quiet day. Every day seems full.
Yeah.
I don't know. I couldn't fit in a job.
No way.
No, correct.
I do gym twice a week. I do physio, balancing. Fucking shits me. Balance on one leg.
Very important. The balance part's very important.
I can't balance on one leg anymore.
Yeah.
He says keep doing it. It'll get better.
Oh, really?
It does get better. It's like any muscle. I do it probably 3 times a week when I go to the gym. I look like a goose standing at the gym on one leg, but you know, they say that at the older you get, the risks are from the fall, not from the
Yeah,
conditions.
Yeah.
So they should teach you to fall better. Tuck your arm in and roll.
Roll it.
Anything you would have done differently?
I'm not sure. I don't think so. I don't think
we
so.
were
I mean,
pretty educated, and I think most importantly, the 3 of us talked
Yeah.
with a number of other people,
yeah.
and all those little rules that you didn't know about, we heard through conversations, and you go back to the consultant and say, "Is this
But I
true?"
think it is realising that to get additional financial planning, you've got to pay for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so because I know a couple of people I spoke to said, I wouldn't pay for stuff like that.
I have people saying the same thing to me.
And
when I
feel-
tell them how much it is, they're what?
Yeah, and it feels a rip off. And every year I think, well, he stopped doing it now. For a long while, I get a bottle of French champagne every year for Christmas. And I was just saying, this is the most expensive champagne you'll ever drink. But net position every year,
I look at the other way
still
around.
get it?
You know,
no, I haven't had it in a couple of years.
Because we don't get it anymore either.
people say, "Oh, what a waste of money," but I look at the other way. I said, "This is the best money.
Yeah.
Best use of my money ever. It's the best investment I've ever made. Is getting
Yeah.
me a guide."
Yeah, JB is expensive, but they make over and above the costs.
Yeah.
So we measure them over and above.
The net
costs.
position,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter what you spend on him, as long as he saves more than it costs. Makes you more than it costs.
So I think the only thing I would have done differently is I probably would have talked to my wife earlier. So we retired. We spoke to her before. We spoke beforehand about it when we were retired, and we did. Then a lot of the conversation came out after we retired as we realised, oh, I'm going to be around the house more often, or she wants help around the house, or we need to lead separate lives. If in hindsight, we probably should have had that conversation 3 years before I retired. That's probably the only gap.
But I'm not sure you almost can have that conversation.
Well, you don't really know till you've hit it,
Correct.
right? So, yeah.
The other financial one that I know my wife's, a couple of her friends have hit was the thing where when the husband dies, the wife can be very exposed, like can't get a credit card, can't get a...
That's true, yeah.
Oh, that's an important point. Before you retire, as soon
Yes.
as you retire, you can't get a credit card,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which surprised us.
Yeah.
But we went through a death planning. I Interesting enough, it was only me dying. But that, as a part of that planning, she got her own credit card.
Correct. Yeah.
Without
We did
my
the
name,
same.
without my name on it.
Yeah.
And there's a few other things we did.
Just a couple more of those financial planning
Yeah.
things.
Yeah,
Because we had a couple of Sandy's friends, they had massive amounts in super. Didn't matter.
Mm.
Yeah, well,
I
mate,
couldn't get to it.
yeah.
The other thing I did is I talk to the girls about everything, where everything is,
Yeah.
because nothing would shit me more than knowing they couldn't.
But the main thing I've done with our kids is say, make sure you know who the financial planning guy is, who the guy that did the wills is.
Lawyer.
Yeah. And you say between those two,
Yeah.
they'll know the current state of most of that
Yeah,
stuff.
so our advisor made sure he went through the, have you got a will?
Yeah.
What's the name of your accountant? What's the name
Yes.
of your legal service?
Yeah, correct.
And you wrote it all down in one place.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I think that's about it.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's. I know people who have really struggled with it, but it tends to be people who their job has been their life.
Yeah.
I think it was we've all moved a bit as well.
We moved a lot.
Right.
A lot of my uni friends, when I talked about planning when we were late 40s, said, "Oh, that's 10 years away."
No.
Yeah.
And I used to get really frustrated with it. But now they have to plan.
Yeah. But I'm surprised. Someone sent me a photo recently. It was a footy photo from an under 17s or something. And I went through and I looked up as many as I could on LinkedIn, and they're all still living in Perth.
Yeah.
Almost every single one of them. You think none of them ever moved
Yeah.
from that suburb of Perth.
No. Did you have the hair then?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
But that'd be the norm for most people.
It is. I mean, and we noticed that when we first moved to Melbourne. The number of people in Melbourne who'd
Never moved out of Melbourne.
never moved out of the suburb.
Yeah.
The suburb, yeah.
Their mum and dad lived in their suburb. They live in their suburb.
Well, I read somewhere, I can't remember the exact number, but like 95% of people end up living within 3 kilometres of the house they grew up in.
I wonder how much that's changed over the last 50 years, though. I don't know. So I know in my 30 years I was with BHP, we lived in 18 different houses. And then since then, we've lived in one for the next 20 years.
Well, that's an important point we haven't raised yet, because we moved to this apartment because I don't think it'll be cost effective to go into home care, to
Aged care.
aged care, because they're making it more pay as you go,
Yeah.
Pays
as
you
it
use.
tested,
Yeah.
all that sort of stuff, and they're trying to keep you in your home. So we looked for a place with no stairs, although no elevator as well.
Single level, yeah.
Single level,
Yeah.
all those sort of things. You've got a few problems there, haven't you?
Well, no, I keep saying Sandy she'll have to sleep on the sofa. I mean, it's quite straightforward. And shower in the hand basin. I
But you
mean,
can put a
we can put a lift in.
lift in.
I quite like your concept you had for a while, where if a few of us live in one apartment block, we buy an apartment for the aged care nurse.
If we all thought about that when we were 30, and we all
But
bought
the
a
people I
different
knew when I was 30, I don't want to live
No,
with.
yeah.
well, there's apartments in this
I
one.
don't want to live with you because you're too high. We can't average it out then because you're more high care than I am. We want to live with young people. It's like the health insurance. You don't want to have health insurance with expensive people.
But it is important to consider your house and
Yeah,
how long
it
you
is.
think you're laying in a house, and stairs are a significant issue, and tripping hazards are an issue, and there's OTs you can get in, occupational therapies will do that for you, but they'll charge you $800. And,
A lot of it is logical.
Yeah, common sense. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, you're right. You've got to be careful. You know, we've known a couple of people who bought houses later in life, and you look and you think this is just stupid. We spoke to someone recently who bought a property with like 4 acres. Yeah, I'm not sure that's.
No.
Yeah, it's not for me because I wouldn't like going out there and mowing the lawn every week.
I think the idea of it's nice, but the reality wouldn't be.
Yeah,
I had a friend who's a doctor who had DBS yesterday, and they just bought...
deep brain stimulation for those that haven't watched all the other episodes.
They just bought in Brighton an apartment on 2 stories,
Yeah,
and the stairs are
Yeah.
really wide, so there's no...
Nothing to hold on to.
So I just don't think they can stay there. They're going to have to move again. So,
our original plan was to move to an apartment. We've both gone a bit cold on it.
with what?
We've both gone a little cold on it.
They've gone cold on the concept.
Yeah, on the concept, yeah.
Well, you stay in the house.
Yeah.
You stay where you are.
At the moment.
Is that because your wife told you?
No, because the dog's annoying. And what else?
Dogs are an issue.
Yeah.
We've got all the problem people in our apartment have got dogs,
Yeah.
including
And we-
one that's as big as a horse.
We're struggling a little bit with the loss of size as well. Not that the house is huge, but
Well, this apartment's pretty big.
yeah, it is. Yeah.
Our apartment is bigger than our last house.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
They've got the stairs. I like theirs. I love the position of theirs.
Yeah.
But we got here because I can walk to the shops because I can't drive.
Mm.
And I've got a lot more autonomy here than I did in
But to
Japan.
go back to Gary's point, that was one of the things we originally thought. After Singapore, wouldn't it be nice to live somewhere where we can walk to the cafes and walk to the shops and go to a restaurant, wherever else? And we were sort of thinking, well, hang on, the idea of it's nice, but will we actually do that? In the meantime, Jill spends an hour in the garden every day,
Yeah.
and she's going to lose that. So
She's enjoying that. That's
she's
fine.
enjoying that, right? So we're sort of going, oh, let's just slow down a bit and rethink it.
Well, it costs you every time you move.
Yeah, and it costs, yeah.
Sandy quite likes our garden. We've got 200 full-time gardeners in it. The botanic gardens.
Right.
She walks around the botanic gardens. This is good. I don't know.
No, I don't have to do anything.
Well, I thought she'd really miss it because she was a real garden person, but
No, I was a garden person at our last place, and I said I don't want a garden. And there's plants around the outside, and Lisa, my wife's responsible now.
I thought you were going to say they're all dead. Not quite.
Yeah. So when I say gardening, I mean gardening.
Yeah.
You know,
Sounds like we're finished.
Yeah.